The trebuchet is a medieval device that they used to use, centuries ago to lay siege on different castles and things like that in times of war. Well, we're taking it and putting it to a use where the kids actually use it to launch their egg drop devices. So it's using old technology to do a new thing, and it's really a cool and exciting feature of the entire program, because the kids don't realize exactly what kind of forces they're going to encounter until they see that egg drop device flying through the air and slamming into the ground. So it brings old technology into new technology and meshes the two together.
The purpose of having the Egg Drop Challenge project was to introduce the students to a real-world activity and to get them to work with real engineers in a mock real environment, so that they would understand in their classes, they could have something to relate what our classwork is in a real process. And we wanted them to go through a whole process from start to finish with all the different parameters involved in a regular manufacturing or design process.
Bring your completed projects. You're going to put them on the table in Miss Smith's room. At that time, she will also go over budget and whether or not you were over or under budget, by how much, and then we divide that by 10. That's the total number of points you get for budget.
I think what it does is it takes all of the core curriculum subjects that they've been learning and it gives it some practical application. They can take the way they write up technical documentation. They've learned those skills in English class. They've taken their basic principles that they learn in science about gravity and forces, and they can put that to work with their egg drop devices. They can take their mathematical equations that they've learned in algebra or calculus, and they put those to work in the devices that they create. So I think that's how engineering can really excite people. Basically, what we were trying to get them to do was build something that's going to absorb the forces of shock and preserve that egg inside like it was maybe a National Space Shuttle or a rocket that goes out into outer space. You've got to protect that astronaut inside. So the egg represented an astronaut. And if they can't bring their astronaut back to Earth safely without cracking their egg, then they've got a problem.
They really do learn about teamwork, and that engineering is not just about problem solving, but it's problem solving with real people and real issues. Knowing that there is a budget, that there is problem solving, that there's lots of different roles to play, and that not any one person does everything.
When they get to college, they can really just kind of blossom as far as their creative abilities. They can get really deep into the engineering and make it instead of just getting through school and getting through some of those tougher engineering courses, they already understand exactly what it is, and they know how to use it. It's just about learning those new skills at that point.
These students are going to have futures that we have never even contemplated yet. There are jobs that we're trying to prepare these students for that don't even exist now. It may be an ambassador to Mars. It may be a space-time continuum traveler who is going to different times, and we've got all these different technologies and different scientific events that are going to be happening in our future, and we don't know what they are, we don't know how to handle them, but these students are going to figure out how to handle them.